Hey guys, welcome to my Despia deck profile. Post Dimension Force. I'm just gonna be going through the deck I'm playing currently in the TCG, and hopefully you guys can get some tips from it and maybe make some changes to your own deck list. So we'll just get right into it. So to start off, this is we're going through the Despia lineup. 3 Alibur. This is very mandatory in the deck. You have to have 3 Alibur. You want to see this card as much as you can. So 3 of it definitely is mandatory. Alright. We are going to play 2 Tragedy and also 1 Comedy. The Comedy may seem a little bit strange, but it does provide you, if you can get Tragedy off without using Branded Fusion, you can search your ad libitum, and then when you do resolve Branded Fusion, you will be able to send Comedy, and that'll actually provide your Lubellian with protection against Imperm or Effect Veiler, because Comedy is a quick effect that lets you tribute a fusion monster to special summon this back to the field. So when you summon your Lubellian and use its effect, and they try to Effect Veiler or Imperm you, you can actually chain Comedy, tribute the Lubellian, bring Comedy back, and Lubellian will still go off. So I do think it's a very necessary card to have right now, as people are trying to stop you from getting out Mirror Jade. So yeah, it just gives you a better dark target than sending Dramaturge or something with Branded Fusion. So that's why I play it. I think it's just very good. And then we just have 1 Ad Libitum and 1 Dramaturge. Pretty standard here. Ad Libitum brings back your Mirror Jade for your combo, and then Dramaturge, some people are cutting it, but I do like it as an extra dark monster and an extra negate. So onto Albaz, we are playing 3. I think 3 is kind of mandatory now, as there are actually in the extra deck Post Dimension Force, the Alba Lenatus. I mean, you kind of want to see this card now in your hand, because I mean, everyone's trying to stop Branded Fusion. So this deck doesn't, my version of the deck does not rely solely on Branded Fusion resolving. If I see this card in my hand and I have a poly, I mean, I could just fuse into Lubellian and get it off that way. So I do want to see this card in my hand right now. I am playing also Spreen's Kit and Albion. These pretty much, Spreen's Kit mainly for kind of an extra Alibur, but I can also search it off of Branded Lost when I fusion summon a monster. So then I can add another branded card to my hand, probably Branded Opening, because that way it's follow up for next turn. Albion is just so I'm playing basically 1 less card in the deck. If I see this in my hand, I send Opening to the graveyard and put this back on the bottom of the deck and draw a new card. It gives me protection for my fusion monsters from destruction, and it's also really good with some certain cards I play, which I will go into actually right now. I am playing 2 Mercurier. I'm also playing, I did have 3 Allure. I'm actually only playing 1 right now, just because I mean, Post Dimension Force, I wanted to add in some things in my deck, like the Albaz, so I had to cut Allure to 1, unfortunately. But if I draw Allure in this, if I see them both, I can banish this. This will then search me Albion. Albion can put itself on the bottom of the deck, draw me a new card. That is just extremely powerful, in my opinion. As you do go +1, and you just see a bunch of new cards which this deck kind of needs sometimes. You can definitely brick with this deck, but I do think Mercury acts as extra hand traps plus a search, and it's just amazing. I am running 2 Edge Imp Chain. I did cut this down to 2 because I just wanted to. I didn't really want to see it in my opening hand. I'd rather see Patchwork, because that gets me the Poly and the Dark Monster. If I don't have anything to get this at the graveyard, which I understand, it's kind of, you know, it's hard to not get your monsters to the graveyard with this deck. But if I don't have anything to get at the graveyard, then it's just a brick in my hand. I just have to set and pass. I can't link with this. I can't do anything. So that's why I play 2. I'm playing Fairy Tale Snow just as a light target for if I want to fuse into Albion. And it's also just extremely good in today's meta. I'm only playing, this is the only hand trap I'm playing besides Mercury. Ash Blossom 2. 2 Ash Blossoms. We do play this just because mirror matches, you wanna be able to stop Branded Fusion. And not even mirror matches, just branded matches, you want to be able to stop it. So that's it for the monsters. Going at the spells, 3 branded opening. This card is very expensive right now, and it's because it is extremely powerful. It can special summon any Despia monster from your deck and use its effect, such as Aliber, and it gives fusion protection while it's in the graveyard. And this is self-explanatory. 3 branded fusion. Fusion summons from your deck. So this goes into Lubellion. Lubellion then goes into Mirror Jade. And Mirror Jade is insane. 2 branded in red. That's pretty standard. You don't really want to see it in your opening hand. You want to search it. 1 Theater. And 1 Branded Lost. This card is actually being played in a lot of decks now. It's a magical meltdown, and when you fusion summon, you get to search. So you get to search a Fallen of Albaz or monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So I usually end up searching Springen's Kit, or I could search Fallen of Albaz. In case I don't have access to Branded Fusion, I will play this, poly into probably a Masquerade, and then I can just search anything, basically. I could search Fallen of Albaz, I can search Springen's Kit to grab Branded Fusion. It's just really, really good. 3 Fright for Patchwork. Like I said, I don't really want to see Edge Imp Chain in my opening hand. I want to search it with this. It gives me the Poly and the Dark Monster rather than just having the Dark Monster. 2 Poly. 3 Super Poly. This is pretty mandatory right now, as a lot of people are playing this deck, and just a lot of people are playing dark and light decks in general. So you do want to have Super Poly to get rid of their monsters. It can't be responded to, so if they have a Mirror Jade out, you Super Poly, and they can't even use that effect. So it's just extremely powerful. Now we're playing 1 Foolish, 1 Allure, and 1 Called By. Pretty standard here. Allure just for more draws. And the last card in the main deck, newly unbanned Change of Heart. This, a lot of people are side decking. I think that's wrong. I think you need to main deck this. It is your opponent is forced to negate this card. And it's just, they either negate this or they're letting Branded Fusion go through. and that to me is worth playing playing in the main deck, even going first. This card is just, it's so good in today's meta. So that's it for the main deck. So onto the extra deck. I am playing pretty standard ratios here. 2 Mirror Jade, your boss monster of the deck, non-targeting banish, plus you get to send an Albion or Albulinatus to the grave for a search for a fusion spell. 2 Lubellion. This is your main fusion you go into to get out Mirror Jade with Branded Fusion. You discard a card and you can fusion summon shuffling cards back into your deck. Really good. 2 Albion, it's basically Lubellion, only it needs a light monster, which is why I have Fairy Tale Snow. And it, when it's summoned, I can fusion summon again by banishing materials from my hand, field, or graveyard. So also really good, but you're usually just sending it with Mirror Jade. And the new monster Albulinatus, contact fusion, Dragon Link, goodbye. You're dead. 2 Masquerade for the burn. 1 Quertus, it is still relevant because of Sword Soul, mainly, but it also just helps get over any non-fusion deck, really. So it's still really good, and it can float you into Albaz. 1 Brigand, this can search you the Mare Career, so you can send this off a Mirror Jade, search the Mare Career, and if you have a Lure of Darkness, I mean, that's just so many pluses you just got. But it can also search a Fallen of Albaz from your deck to your hand. So this against Dragon Link, again, you just normal summon Fallen of Albaz and contact these. One Guardian Chimera. The only reason I'm running 1 is because I didn't feel like spending another $60 for a second one, but this card is definitely best played at 2. So my replacement for that for now is just the first Dark Lord. Very situational card here, but he can come up. It can special summon your Allure from the grave, and the Allure will get its effect off. So it can be used in case you wasted all your resources. I mean, it can come up, and it can win you some games. 4,000 beat sick, makes your fairies untargetable. The only problem is it's just kind of hard to get out. You have to use a lot of resources to get it out. 1 Dragoon. This is just a great negate and just a super poly target that you do want in your extra deck. You want some sort of super poly target, whether that be Starving Venom or Dragoon or any other super poly target. I go with Dragoon just because I like to negate rather than waiting for my turn. Not even that. I can Starving Venom, but I don't know. I think negating is just better in this meta right now. So yeah, Dragoon. And then for the last card in the extra deck, I am running Relinquish Anima. A lot of people aren't running it, and I hate bricking with Tragedy and Branded in Red, and that is the sole reason I do run this card, because I can normal summon Tragedy, link it off for Anima, Branded in Red, bring Tragedy back, fuse into Masquerade, and then get a search of Tragedy. So that to me is worth running the 1 space in the extra deck. You're rarely going through the extra deck because it's all being shuffled back in anyways. So I mean, that to me is just, it's worth running the 1 extra deck space. So yeah, that is it for my Despia deck profile. I hope you guys can learn a few things from this profile and from what I've explained. If you do want more, if you do want a combo tutorial, please let me know in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.